Okay, welcome everyone. I am going to be presenting on what is a CRA and the different position qualifications and different job duties about this. So as I share my screen, hopefully you can see the screen, and let me go ahead in presentation mode. One moment. Okay, can you see my screen? You cannot come
Yes,
up.
we can see your screen. It's not in the presentation mode, and that's okay. You can always it's okay if we see the banner to the left, you know?
True, but I'm working with two monitors, so I'm trying to figure out why it didn't. Let me just take off disconnected monitor. Now, okay. How about now? Can you
We can see all the slides on the left.
Yeah, there you go.
Perfect.
Now you're in
Here we
presentation
go.
mode.
There you go.
Okay, but you can't see me, correct?
We can see you.
Yeah,
Yep.
we can see you.
Yeah,
Can
it's
see.
good.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Okay, awesome. Well, welcome everyone to this evening's presentation on the CRA position overview. The things we wanted to cover is kind of what is a CRA and what do they do, the different types of CRA, and the skills required to be a CRA, and the different roles and responsibilities of this job. So I hope after we meet, we can have a further understanding, and hopefully everyone here will want to be a CRA, because I think it's the best of both worlds. You get to communicate and you get to meet with a lot of people, and you get to see the trial firsthand, and you can make a real big impact in the study. So what is and who is a CRA? So a CRA is a clinical research associate who oversees all aspects of the clinical trial conduct, and the CRA manages the clinical trials to test the drug, devices, biologics, or in vitro diagnostics for the effectiveness, risk, and benefits to ensure safe use. CRAs are also known as clinical monitors, and CRAs can monitor all phases of the clinical trial. So the other is the CRA is employed by either a pharmaceutical company or a contract research organization, also known as a CRO, which works on behalf of pharmaceutical at all phases of clinical research, including identifying an investigational site and setting up, initiating, monitoring, and closing the trial upon completion or termination. Any questions before we move to the next slide?
No, I think this is
Okay.
great.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Okay, the types of CRAs, there's three ones here that we're going to discuss. We have an in-house CRA, and this one here is a CRA who works for a sponsor. It's called an in-house CRA, who will be overseeing all aspects of clinical trial conduct, from planning to clinical study reporting, generation for submission to the regulatory bodies. Next one is a regional or home-based CRA, and CRAs who work independently are called regional or house-based CRAs. They usually don't handle planning and preparation of the trial, but they conduct all the monitoring functions and oversee the trial. Next, the CRA who works for the CRO. CRAs who work for a CRO can either be in-house or monitoring, as the goal of CRO to provide full range of clinical trial services to sponsor companies, and a CRA can be responsible for planning, conduct, and monitoring.
Sounds great.
So next we have the skills required to be a CRA, and this one here, there's a lot of reading, but I'll just pretty much go the highlight of you really have to know how to communicate, both written and verbal. You also have to you work with different stakeholders, with principal investigators, also sub-Is, the pharmacist, regulatory industry and regulatory like RBs, and also key opinion leaders and all their colleagues as well. So you have to really be a one to communicate effectively and want to over communicate as well, because you can never over communicate, especially as a CRA. And then you also will be one to train others. So you want to be able to motivate and be able to teach others the protocol, making sure everybody is on the same page, and that the study is being conducted properly. So as we read here, to ability to motivate and train others, and this goes a long way with the communication skills, as we said before, that the CRAs will need to train and monitor the progress of clinical trial conduct at multiple clinical sites. And also, to be really effective CRA, you really need to be attention to detail, being able to identify mistakes and correct trial data results. This will save time and also be a good catch. Really near misses, you want to make sure to catch before it gets to a problem. So this is one that involves documentation and recording of information. Even we have adverse events as well. Make sure those are also properly documented. So details-oriented skills is critical, monitoring to ensure that the clinical trial data uses recorded or data use appropriately and is accurate based on source data. We want to make sure it follows the Alcoa standard as well, all the information gathered. Problem-solving skills is also one that you need. So problem-solving skills to handle unexpected events, issues that come up, and any phase of the trial. Since CRAs are main contact, they should maintain flexibility and positive approach. Really to be flexible is also key. Multitasking, time management, organizational skills to handle multiple tasks in order to avoid overload and to fulfill regulatory requirements. And lastly, but not only, but these are just the highlights. Next, we have the knowledge of good clinical practices, FDA code of federal regulations. We have the 21 CFR, 11, Part 50, Part 56, 312, 812, 45, CFR 45. These documents have regulations that govern clinical trial familiarity, and these are most important. So the roles and responsibilities, we have various things here bulleted, but identifying, selecting an investigator who will be responsible for the conduct of the trial at the site, being liaison with the doctors and consultants or investigators on conducting the trial, setting up the trial sites, which includes ensuring each site has trial materials such as investigational product, training the study staff on SOPs of the trial as per regulatory requirements. We also we'll have verify that investigators team are adequately trained and comply with the protocol, and verify that the IRB IAC operated and complies as per GCP, SOP, and applicable regulatory requirements. Next, we have monitoring the trial throughout this specific duration, involving monitoring visits to the sites. We want to also make sure that they have, verify the source data, make sure that's also Alcoa standard. And then IC review, CRF review, investigational drug accountability, and SAEs review. And those are adverse events and serious adverse events. Ensuring all unused trial supplies are accounted for, writing visit reports, filling and collecting trial documentations and reports, ensure safety of trial subjects is guarded at all times, and ensuring adherence to ICP GCP guidelines throughout the trial, and it can include more as per company's policy. So these are the things that we discussed and kind of overview, really high level. But one of the things that I feel is really important about a CRA is being really flexible and really can communicate effectively. And you really are not siloed. You're working with a lot of different participants and the study team. So if you are a people person, I highly recommend you looking into being a CRA. Thank you for joining.
Awesome. Thank you, Jesse. I'll pause the recording now.
Okay. Let me stop sharing so I can see everyone. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.